Good evening and welcome to episode 17 of Side 2 with me, Speech of Anthony. You join me here in bed, it's the end of another long day here, but as promised, here's the next video. In this video we're going to be covering Randy Travis's 1987 album, Always and Forever. This album was, I think it was the first country music album I bought on vinyl, but it still is my favourite album, by a long way. It showcases Randy's trademark low, smooth voice and couples that with covering the emotion of love in a number of different ways, from the good and the bad, obviously, to the new and the old, to regret, obsession, renewal of love. It covers everything, and because of that, it doesn't feel repetitive when you listen to it. It's a great listen. There's not a single song where I feel like, I didn't really enjoy it. I enjoyed every song. Apologies just before we get started for the wavy camera work. I don't have the tripod with me at the moment. It's actually been left somewhere at my parents' house, where I was doing a bit of filming for something else. So you just have to stick with my aching arm. So apologies if it gets a bit too wavy. Hopefully we'll get that back tomorrow for the next video we're going to film. So yeah, a few tracks that stand out for me. The first track, I'm going to keep looking at my notes because again, we're a professional. Look, I've even got arrows this time. Yeah, the first track that stands out for me is Too Gone for Too Long. And it's a great track. It's a classic country heartbreak track, about not wanting or not feeling able to take someone back. It's very contemplative, in its nature. But there's a great line in there that I'll remember for a long time, where it says, "You're just an old song that no one sings anymore." I think that's, in an age where I think crude language is prevalent, it's like, that kind of remark I think really stings, and I appreciate the artwork and thought that's went into it. It's really, really well formed. The next track that really stands out for me, now I'm not going through each track. I'm trying a new format with these videos because I realise that sometimes a video that's 50 minutes plus is too long really for to really enjoy, so I'm going to try and keep this shorter, and I hope it works. So yeah, the next track that stands out for me is What Do You Do About Me, which is a strange one. You listen to the track and in terms of listening it's just quite a nice track, but when you listen to the lyrics, sorry, I'm getting bothered by a moth wherever it's went. Alright. When you look at the lyrics, it's actually all about stalking. Plain and simple. He's singing about basically stalking a girl he's obsessed with. Yeah. Moving on. The next track is perhaps my favourite track. It's the first track on side 2. It's Forever and Ever Amen. Now, this track I actually heard, I saw actually, was the video of his live performance at the Grand Ole Opry, and with a full band, and I just thought this is an absolutely brilliant song. It's perhaps the most honest song in terms of its lyrics, and when it's coupled with the steel guitar, it just produces that uniqueness of song that really sticks in your mind. That you think, yeah, that's definitely my favourite, by Claire Martin. Yeah, it's really great. I would really encourage you to watch the live version. The album version is really good, but the live version, I think, just because you get that little bit of higher tempo and a bit more energy, you can really appreciate the work that's went into craft it. And there's also a great line in the third verse where he's talking about how his wife's brown hair turns grey, and he replies with, "But honey, I don't care, I ain't in love with your hair." And I think it just makes me smile when I think about it, because it's exactly the same way I feel about my wife. I don't care. You get old, I get grey, she gets grey, it doesn't matter. The love doesn't change. I think it's the point I'm trying to make. The final two tracks that really stood out for me were actually the last two tracks on side 2. And what made them stand out was the tempo and the beat. The first one was a track called Anything, it really stood out because it was the first really higher tempo track that blended in harmonica in the background too. It was a welcome addition because it gave you that variety of sound that the album needed. So it didn't become a two-dimensional country music album. It gave that little bit extra extra depth to the sound variety, and it really helped the album come along. The final track was we're going to break. We're going to tonight. Sorry, the final track was Tonight We're Going to Tear Down the Walls. Apologies, the missus is snoring again. I said I wouldn't nudge her. The final track was Tonight We're Going to Tear Down the Walls, and I could really relate to that. It's a tale about the struggles of work-life balance, how hard it can be to make sure that work doesn't consume everything in your life. And I know it's a struggle that we ourselves have faced, and probably a lot of other people have faced too. And again, the tempo was quite light. It was quite a bouncy beat. For a country track, obviously it wasn't a jumping Black Eyed Peas track or anything, but it was good. It was a great way to sign off on the album, and it's something that a lot of albums don't seem to have, is a good dismount. They seem to peter away. This, I think, ended on a definite high note, and I think it helped round out the album as an overall very fine piece of music. I just think this album as a whole was a proper listening experience, for anyone. And if you haven't listened to it, please give it a try. It's not just a one-track album. Listen to the whole thing, especially on vinyl, and it's just a pleasure to listen to it, and you won't feel like you've spent a lot of time listening. I listened to it again just before I filmed this, and time flew by. I wasn't aware of the time, and that's a great sign of great music. Certainly in the future, I'm going to try and look to add more albums. I know he's got plenty more out there. I also like to congratulate him on his induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame this year. That's a greatly deserved honour, and I'd like to wish him all the best in his continued recovery from his serious stroke that he had in 2013, and hope that at some point in the future he may be able to perform again in either a studio form or live. So yeah, that's the end of this episode. Next episode, in episode 18, we'll cover a Randy Newman album, as we talked about. But until next time, I'll see you on the other side.